It's Craig here with the Butcher team, and I'm with another amazing client here, John, his wife Helen. So I just want to ask you a little bit, John, about your experience. You had multiple agents to choose from, obviously. So why did you, at the end of the day, choose the Butcher team?
Well, we interviewed 3 successful agents, which proved that they were technically able to do the job. But we chose Craig, you and your team, because we thought we'd get along with you better than with the other people. Our expectations were met. Craig was always on hand when he was needed. His comments were upbeat when we were down, and when we were too high on our expectations, he cautioned with the realities of the real estate business.
Yeah.
On top of that, I found out Craig was a tennis player, and I'm enthusiastic about tennis, so he must be a nice guy for sure.
So one of the things here, John, you've got a unique property. You've lived here how long, you and Helen?
We've been here 47 years and started with really just a little corner of a farmer's field, and we've made this little environment here, and it's been an important part of our family life. And
right.
This is our family home, although we changed our more formal family home in Toronto many times over the years.
Right. So one of the things then is you've lived here, so it's an emotional sale. It's not something you took lightly or anything like that. So getting the right representation here and the right marketing of the property was important.
We've been living here full-time 19 years now, and we just breaks our heart to give it up. But at this stage in our life, we really should address our own needs and the limitations that come with growing old. Although I never admit I'm old.
You're not old. So one of the things then, John, what is it that we did as a team here that impressed you about, from the initial inspections to all the way through with the marketing?
Well, Craig's a visual guy, and he could see things that we couldn't see. He saw features of the unique architecture of the house that needed emphasis. He did a video review of the house that was, frankly, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
I didn't always recognize I lived here. It was so impressive.
Yeah.
But he made life easy for us from our point of view, and kept us relaxed and confident in what he was doing.
Yeah, and we started off with this property. The initial thing we did was the pre-home inspection, just to make sure the house checked out and there was no surprises coming down the road, where indeed the buyers did do a home inspection, and it didn't reveal anything different than what we found out, which was great news. From there, we did the photography. We had an amazing photographer, photo, video. We had the drone flyover. What are a couple of the, every property out in the country is unique in some way, but what makes your property a little more unique maybe than others out there?
Well, we think we've got a combination of practical living space that's sheltered from some of the tough winter winds, but at the same time it's got a variety. We have a playing field, we have a tennis court, and a swimming pool. Active children. I'm an active guy. This suited our lifestyle beautifully.
Yeah.
And it's quiet. Nature's all around us. Not uncommon to see a deer in the garden in the morning, rabbits, raccoons, lots of birds.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things in marketing these unique properties is you're not just emphasizing a house, you're emphasizing a bit more of a lifestyle. You've lived here. A lot of people come here and they try to make a decision in 30, 60 minutes if they want to live here. You've lived here for 30 years, so there's a lot to incorporate into a video to try and highlight all of those different things. So at the end, would you recommend the Butcher team? Like, were you
I would.
Were you happy, or were you ecstatic, and you can be honest?
I'm been in business all my life, a professional. I've been to 45 countries. I've seen a lot of the world. Craig just did everything that I would want him to do for the property. I would have no hesitation in recommending him to anybody for doing what he does so well.
Thank you. And just maybe just tell the audience a little bit, what is your history? What were you in charge of throughout your career? I mean, it's pretty amazing here.
I was with one of the large accounting and consulting firms of the world, and here in the Canadian practice. And we had a very large operation in Canada, and I became part of the executive group of that. And in the last years of my career, I was appointed worldwide director of risk management for the international firm, and traveled the world for 3 years putting in a risk management program that addressed some of our real priorities. Marvelous experience. I carried a Canadian briefcase with me. I was well received.
Yeah.
And
In charge of writing what kind of checks for payrolls and stuff like that?
Well, my budget was to reduce annual costs by 1.3 billion Canadian dollars.
Right, yeah.
In an organization of 100,000 people in 139 countries.
Right.
And we achieved that.
Yeah, yeah. Just so you guys know, John is being extremely humble about all this, but when we're talking about people who do their research, their due diligence, and trying to ensure that they have the right people in place. I mean, it's safe to say you did that and kind of researching your agents and vetting us a little bit. So we were more than happy that we were given the privilege, I guess, to help you achieve your goal. At the same time, I mean, it's so important these days. People's expectations out there is that we not only do a good job that we're competent of, but we go and exceed the expectations also. So we're glad we could do that here for you, John. And you know, this is just such a unique property. It needs the right kind of marketing, and you've been an amazing client. So thank you very much.
Well, we were neighbors on the street, had tried unsuccessfully for more than a year to sell.
Yeah, that's right.
Another neighbor up the road was 15 months. We were conditioned to waiting 6 months.
Right.
In 8 days, we had a conditional sale agreement.
Yeah.
Just amazing. I realize that's just the luck of the draw and who turns up. But
yeah.
Craig got the hook in, and he got them to stay and put an offer in, and good for Craig and happy for us.
That's right. And it's true that the two neighbors up the street both tried with other agents to sell, unsuccessful. We took over the listings, and within sort of a short time period, I think within 60 days, we had very unique, not the easiest to sell properties sell. So we're privileged to have that opportunity also. So thank you for everything, and good luck in the future, John.
Well, and the same to you, Craig.
All right, thank you.
I'll not hesitate to recommend you to anybody.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.